My virtue is trust, and I'm doing Daniel 3, verses 26 through 30. Then Nebuchadnezzar came as close as he could to the door of the flaming furnace and shouted, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stepped out of the fire. Then the high officers, officials, governors, and advisors crowded around them and saw that the fire had not touched them. Not a hair on their head was singed, and their clothing was not scorched. They didn't even smell of smoke. Then Nebuchadnezzar said, Praise to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He sent his angel to rescue his servants who trusted in him. They defied the king's command and were willing to die rather than serve or worship any god except their own God. Therefore I make this decree: if any people, whatever their race or nation or language, speak a word against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they will be torn limb from limb, and their houses would be turned into heaps of rubble. There is no other God who can rescue like this. Then Nebuchadnezzar said, Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to even higher positions in the province of Babylon. Thank you.
My name is Albert Chudley. I'm in the 6th grade, and my virtue is endurance. Endurance is our ability to withstand trouble and hardship. We practice perseverance and patience when we face obstacles, open to the lessons they teach us. We don't give up or feel hopeless about ourselves. We hold on. Endurance improves our character and seasons our souls. Weathering the inevitable challenges in our relationships deepens trust and loyalty. It makes love abiding and strong. The early navigators who plowed their course with nothing but the stars became strong, confident sailors. When trouble comes, endurance gives us the strength to stay the course. I will use Caleb, one of the 2 good spies of Moses, to illustrate my virtue, endurance. Caleb was the leader of the tribe of Judah. Moses sent him, along with 11 other spies, to explore the promised land of Canaan. These were the instructions Moses gave to them. Go north through the Negev into the hill country. See what the land is like and find out whether the people living there are strong or weak, few or many. See what kind of land they live in. Is it good or bad? Do their towns have walls, or are they unprotected like open camps? Is the soil fertile or poor? Do your best to collect samples of the crops you see. So they did so. When they returned, they had a branch with a cluster of grapes so big 2 men had to carry it. They also gathered pomegranates and figs. They had been gone for 40 days at least. They reported to Moses, We entered the land you sent us to explore, and it is indeed a bountiful country, a land flowing with milk and honey. Here is the kind of fruit it produces, but the people living there are powerful. Their towns are large and fortified. We even saw giants there. The Amalekites live in the Negev, and the Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites live along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea and along the Jordan Valley. Caleb said to the people, Let's go at once to take the land. God will help us conquer it. But the people refused. No matter how hard he tried to persuade them, they didn't believe that the Lord would deliver the land into their hands. So God made them wander in the desert for 40 years. The only survivors were Joshua and Caleb. He was patient and endured the long years. And that's the story of Caleb's endurance. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jordan Treadway, and I'm in 4th grade. I will be doing the virtue courage, and I will be quoting the story David and Goliath, found in 1 Samuel 17:45 through 50. David replied to the Philistine, "You come to me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of heaven's armies, the God of armies of Israel, whom you have defied. Today the Lord will conquer you, and I will kill you and cut off your head. And then I'll give the dead bodies of your men to the birds and the wild animals. And the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel. And everyone assembled here will know that the Lord rescues his people, but not with sword and spear. He will give you to us." As Goliath moved closer to attack, David quickly ran to meet him. Reaching in his shepherd's bag, taking out a stone, he hurled it in his sling and hit the Philistine in the forehead. The stone sank in, and Goliath stumbled and fell face down in the ground. So David triumphed over the Philistine with only a sling and a stone, for he had no strength. Thank you.